Hello, I'm back. Same day, different shirt. I took my sweatshirt off, but I just did my quasi how to write a book. If you've never written a book before, like me, if you're not a trained writer like me, but that's not why I'm here now. I'm here because a friend of mine, hi Jalissa, um, liked to listen to my podcast, and I haven't been doing it lately. And I did at one point say I was going to just come on here and read my blog. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is a video version of my blog or audio version of my blog so that you can continue multitasking while you listen to my blog. And it's just like ponderings and things that I've been thinking about lately and things like this. So we'll just still keep it under the influence, or yoga and other shit. It could be both. It could be all. It kind of falls under the umbrella. So this one, and I've skipped ahead a few. If you want to hear or see more, just let me know. I have plenty of blogs, and if you want to sign up for the actual written blog, I have an email list that I can get you on. If you want, you can just send me your email. Okay, so this one is called "The Older I Get, the More I Understand." My husband has started teasing me lately, calling me a curmudgeon. He likes to go out. He's a social being. I think I like social situations, but then once I get there, I don't, which I've talked about a million times. So I'll keep reading. And honestly, I kind of see his point. Yes, I'm okay with being a curmudgeon. He'll say, let's go out to dinner. And half the time, my response is, why can't we just cook something here and hang out on the patio? And quite frankly, I am shocked he doesn't want to do that because he travels and eats out all the time. Why can't we just eat at home? Why can't I be selfish and keep him to myself? Anyway, so I'm like, I just want to be here. To me, that sounds more peaceful. To him, apparently, it sounds like I'm slowly transforming into an old porch lady, which I am fine with. In my defense, he is 4 years younger than I am. So maybe he's just not arrived here, is my thing. I don't know if he'll ever arrive. He comes from a very social family, they love people. Also, I think it's a man woman difference and probably an upbringing difference, just being around. My family was more like, let's do something together, not in a crowd. And his family ventures into the crowd with no fear. So the older I get, the more I realize I don't actually need more excitement. I need less recovery from things that drain me. I don't mean emotionally dramatic things necessarily. I mean noise, crowds, constant stimulation, packed schedules, rushing around, trying to squeeze too much into a day, which I'll do, but I don't want to do it very often. And he is a let's go, 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 go person. I am not. I just had a whole conversation about how he was the let's take the kids. He would always take the kids and pack the day full of stuff so that they become tired. And I'm more of a, well, you just did that yesterday. Let's hang out and get the coloring books and the puzzles out and do that stuff and stimulate that way. But let's see, emotionally, la 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 la. I used to think that doing more meant living more. Now I think peace is underrated. I don't think I've become less social because I really haven't been that social anyway. But I think just the connection, like I don't need basic connection. I like my connection with my friends, but with the outdoors and things like that. Like a really good date sounds like morning walks with the dogs, cooking at home, like I already said, um, going for a drive, and grabbing coffee like we'll go grab coffee and head out to like the mountains in the Jeep, and maybe we have the dogs, and maybe we go and we find a little mountain town. Blue Ridge is right, I don't know, not that far from us, like 45 minutes. We'll drive an hour or so and just go tool around, kind of walk around the town and eat at a restaurant, maybe one that's less busy. Shopping at a farmer's market, sitting on the patio, on the back patio, just chatting is nice with like maybe a friend, or just my husband. I'm cool with that too. It's good to catch up. Um, I've noticed how things affect me more, physically, but also mentally. And in some environments, it energizes me, but other times, like the Christmas parties, I love being there, but I notice when I come home from them, I am drained, just because there's not only my conversation, but then the ones all back here, and it's just a lot. Um, so in it becomes harder to ignore these things. It becomes more bothersome to my soul to allow myself to be in these draining situations. So yeah, maybe I am a curmudgeon. But at this point, I know if there's parking stress, loud music, nowhere comfortable to kind of retreat into, have that little like space away from the crowd type of thing. A late dinner reservation, that's another whole, that is a physical digestive thing. Or that quick stop after we've been somewhere and it's late, or we end up sticking around for a while, which I've talked about in another blog of mine about hanging out with friends who are like the more the merrier, the more plans the merrier. Oh, hey, I added on this stop to our trip, and you're not. You just want to go. So just thinking about all that stuff makes me mentally tired. So to me, that means I need to maybe think a little bit more about it before I go do it. And maybe that sounds boring to some people, but I don't think it's boredom. I think it's awareness, and each person is individual. And the older I get, the more I understand why some people like just want to simplify, just want to appreciate the things that they have, the smaller circles, less chaos, that kind of thing. More intention, as they say in yoga, more comfort, actual connection, but not isolated and not unhappy, not lonely. Just kind of don't shut yourself in all the way. Just be more selective and make sure that's what you really want on that day. You might have days where you want to go and be in a crowd and you do get energized, but just maybe space them out. Like at Christmas time, you go to several parties and all those parties are crowded, and there's that noise that where you're leaning in to listen and you don't realize your body is absorbing all the other stuff. And maybe that's part of aging. Maybe it becomes more aware. Maybe that energy is more sticky. And sometimes it's healing, but most times for me personally, it's not. It's draining. But and just finally being honest about what generally makes me feel good instead of what we're supposed to be enjoying. Like just because society says parties are so much fun doesn't mean they are for everyone. I don't need like constant plans to be fulfilled. And I thought I did at some point. I don't need a huge packed social calendar. In fact, that's very overwhelming to me. Most of my favorite moments are the quiet ones, the ones in the car, the ones on the couch in the morning. I talk to my clients about having my coffee worshiping time in the morning. Like the dog is next to me, I'm on the couch. I've talked on my blog about this. I've talked on my podcast about this. I want the slow mornings. I love a mountain road, a nice, windy, beautiful, scenic mountain road. The dogs, I love having them nearby. Good conversation without distraction. we just went over to a friend's house for her birthday. She's my age. And she was like, do we have to go out? We're like, no, we don't have to go out. There's 3 of us. And she's like, can you guys just come here? And I'm like, we will bring the birthday meal to you. And so we brought the meal, we brought the cupcake, and we brought our conversation, and we just hung out at her house and enjoyed catching up with each other. We hadn't seen each other in a while. So it was really fun. And I love, that's like my favorite. So, and it's more about that now than going to the party and making sure you see all, it used to be where you could go to a party and it would be, you had your one stop and you got to catch up with everyone. But I feel like it's just gotten more crowded and louder. And so good conversation without distraction is the luxury right now. That is like I don't even know what you want to call it, the fad, I guess, for us at my age, not just me. So not more people, not more events, just selected and better quality. And I think that's it. I think that was the whole thing. Is it? No. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Did I skip this one? Going for a drive, grabbing coffee. I did read that. Farmer's market. Yep. I think that's it. That's the whole blog. So and obviously you guys got a little bit more because I brought in more thoughts as I was talking to that. But that was kind of just the basic, quick type of blog that I like to write. Yeah. So I have more of those. I did one on I forget what it was called. My gosh. Not failure, just feedback. I did that one last week. About when I had just done, I might have even talked about it on my last video, but I had just done a challenge. So I'm on a workout app, and there's a fitness influencer that I follow, and she coaches us, and she had a challenge within this app. So we were competing against each other under her, but then there were like a bunch of other coaches who had their challengers competing against us too. And this particular one, she is a midlife, she was the oldest trainer on there, with us being the oldest kind of customers or clients of hers. So we as midlifers are in a challenge with like 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and stuff like that. So I doubt I'll win. And I did have an autoimmune episode in the middle of it, and I had to rearrange my whole, like, what I was eating. I had to fix my macros. I had to adjust my medication. I actually went on to HRT while I was doing this thing. And I don't know if you know, but it throws your body for a loop. And so I was getting all this feedback from my body as I'm doing it. And at first I was like, I totally messed up. I totally failed, but I didn't. It was my body just telling me, you're pushing too hard for this moment in your life while you're trying to adjust to midlife and unfortunately menopause, but we all go through it, us ladies, at some point. So that was a really cool one too. That one's on my blog. Again, if you want to be on, I do post them on LinkedIn. For some reason, I feel like that's a good platform for it. I have no idea, but I do tend to get some reads on LinkedIn. So if you want it, you can find me on LinkedIn, and all my blog posts are on there. I do occasionally remember to post it onto Facebook as well. On one of my pages, I don't remember. I have too many pages. I'm trying to consolidate. I don't put it on Instagram, but you can find it through the link in my bio onto my website. I have a blog link, and you can go and find all of them right there. But other than that, it's on here on YouTube and I don't know if I'm putting it on Spotify or not. I can't remember. I don't think I have, but I may just throw them on there just because I know people were listening to Under the Influence and yoga and other shit. And this kind of goes along with all that too. So that's it. So I just did my, if you want to write a book, how you can do it. And now this lovely blog that I just read. Yep, I'll do one again next week. And hopefully you like it or just want to laugh at me for babbling on about nothing. But it's not nothing to me, but it can be nothing to you. It's, to each his own. And here I am. My dog is spying on me through the door, which means I need to go. So, anyway, if you have any questions or anything, again, just leave it here and I will try my best to get back to you if I figure out how to do that. Anyways, ta ta.